ask you to criticize your boss a bit. You work under Mayor Mark Mallory. What do you think his administration could improve?
Okay, well, I will say this, that, Shawn Butler is running for council, not the mayor, and just because I've worked for him, I am very proud of working for him because I've been a part of the progress that Cincinnati has seen in the last 7 years. We have a small staff, and I have been a part of taking the lead on a lot of our projects that have seen progress in Cincinnati. I think that one thing our administration could have done better, and if elected to council, I would work with my colleagues on doing, is engaging the Cincinnati Regional Chamber of Commerce. So we are continuously developing our relationship and coming closer to the corporate community, which we can also use to invest in our community also. So strengthening our partnerships with our business community and continuing to create a good business environment for folks to come into.
Okay, very good. Carolyn, your question for Mr. Butler.
I think I'll also pick up on your relationship and having worked in City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
What particular qualities do you think you bring to enable you to work cooperatively with whoever is elected to council and whoever is the mayor?
Okay. Well, this is what separates me from a lot of the candidates that are running for council, be it that I have 8 years of experience at local city government, and I've gone through 8 budget cycles, which produced 8 balanced budgets. Make no mistake, we have to, by law, balance the budget every year. Because we have a structurally imbalanced budget, puts us in position to have to pick between core services, which I would totally focus on preserving, because that is our number one job, to provide core services to the whole city of Cincinnati. And if you don't have a structurally balanced budget, you can't do that. So I mentioned that we've moved towards a more structurally balanced budget in the last 8 years, halving our deficit. We didn't get here overnight, and we're not going to get here in a short period of time, but in about 4 years, we can get to a structurally balanced budget, and core services would be my focus. And I've dealt with a lot of different councils over the years. I was the point person to actually relate with council members. So partnership is something that I think that our administration did very well in, and I'll continue that.
That is your time, Mr. Butler.
Thank you.
Yes, one of the options for possibly getting Cincinnati to a structurally balanced budget is increasing the earnings tax. Some candidates and even a few council members have said they would like to do that. So far, a majority has said no. Where do you stand on that?
Well, as you mentioned in your question, it's just one of the options. I am a pragmatic thinker. I like to think that I am. The mayor didn't hire me for no reason. I have good ideas, and so I'd be willing to share my ideas with my council colleagues. One council person can't make a difference. This is our government works where we need a certain amount of votes. So we have other options on the table also, the parking plan, other revenue generators that we can look to balance the budget. But to speak directly to your question, I'm not in favor of an earnings tax increase at all.
All right, Kevin, we'll keep it with you. Human Services has been underfunded for nearly a decade. Why has this happened? And do you see these services being fully funded during the coming 4 years?
Yes, the reason for the cuts in human services comes simply down to political will. I've had the opportunity to work at City Hall for the last 8 years and through numerous council cycles, and the fact of the matter is some council members of the past didn't prioritize human services or see that it was an important investment. And I think that that's what human services are to me. It gives us the ability to strengthen our relationship with the partners in our community that hold us up and that give people who need a hand up a leg up, in which, again, colleague Pam indicated that does a lot with balancing the social and economic inequalities in our neighborhood, which could lead to crime. So human services is important to me, and if elected to council, it will be a priority of mine. My name is Shawn Butler, and you can find more about my platform on butlerforcouncil.com. I've worked 8 years at City Hall now, and I have the experience to be a city council member. I've established a lot of relationships in the community. I've gone through, again, like I said, a lot of budget cycles. At the local level, have a lot of experience, and I'm not running for council for title or it's just because I'm from Cincinnati, I grew up poor, and I'm a living embodiment of what a hand up can do and what leadership can be developed, and that's why I'm asking for your vote on November 5th.